Wait, so what happened with the game? Or did they even play? Because it was like torrential downpour in the morning?
Well, it's a playoff game. They have to play it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rain or shine, they're going to have to play it.
W's.
That's what I was telling Yadi. That's what I was telling Brenda. Because Yadi's like, is the game still going to happen? I'm like, I mean, it's a
playoff game, yeah.
Playoff game. I don't know when else they would make it up. So, yeah, they're going to play it. It was just annoying. It's the usual. It's the Wildcat special of your players get injured, and instead of subbing in players that actually play that position,
you sub in some random.
Yeah. It was interesting to say the least. There was a questionable play where one of the refs that was closest to the actual opposing goal flagged a PK, right?
And it was not.
He flagged a PK in our favor, and it was a PK. And then, the ref went to go talk to the sideline ref, right? They talked it over, and he's like, okay, yes, it's a PK. He whistled, gestured that it was a PK. He gave the keep a yellow.
Oh, damn.
It was because it was the keep that, he kind of, slid, and...
You don't really see that often. Or at least I don't see that often. I don't see PK. I don't see the PK getting... I don't see the keep getting a card.
If it's a chance of goal and you purposely do something to prevent it from happening, it's a yellow, right? Mm-hmm. It's in some cases it's a flat out red, right? And then so it's just it's horrible reffing, it's horrible, right? Whatever. So they set up the PK, they gave the keep a yellow, everything was literally ready to go. They subbed in the new keep because in high school rules, once you get a yellow, you have to sub out for that play, and then once the play is dead, then you can go back in.
Oh, that's so weird.
So they had to sub him out. They brought in the new keep. So in everyone's eyes, that was a goal for us because it was a torrential downpour. So you're not really warmed up, right? And literally, they're about to kick it off, and then the side keep on the other side, completely opposite from the soccer, from where the keep was and everything, right? But he was standing in front of the opposing team. So we noticed that the opposing team coach was talking to him. And then, right before they kicked the PK, the side ref flagged over, the central ref, talked to him, and then they ruled out the PK.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Start over?
They ruled it out.
Why?
Because the guy that's completely opposite of where the penalty happened flagged down the central ref and was like, hey, that really wasn't a PK. And the central ref was like, okay, I guess it wasn't. But all game long, because he was a sideline ref that was in front of the players, I guess, and the coaches. All game long, he was talking to the other team's coach, right? So it was a coincidence kind of thing where it's you called the PK, right? But yeah, it was annoying because they reversed everything. They reversed the yellow, they reversed the PK, everything was reversed, right? So of course one of our coaches was yelling at the ref hey, how can this be possible?
Yeah.
How are you literally going to take the word of someone who's not even in front of the play?
Yeah.
Someone who's in front of the opposing team. And then the refs get on high horses in high school level is what I've noticed. So he got on a high horse, he took out a yellow, and he gave it to one of our coaches. And our coach was saying, and I got this part from my brother after the game. He was like, yeah, the coach was saying okay, ref, I get it, right? I get why you're giving me a yellow. I understand the yellow. That's the first correct play you've done this entire freaking game, right? And obviously he didn't say freaking, right? But right. So then the ref took back his yellow and then gave him a red. And then he said, okay, now that's just personal. He's like, do your fucking job, right? Ref the game correctly and don't bring in your personal emotions into this. Mm-hmm. He's like, because that red card is just personal now. So it's just frustrating that it seems to always happen to us where the refs are always against us, all right? It's frustrating to see that the parents are not disappointed, but kind of just gave up on the season halfway through with the horrible ref calling that they do against us. half the parents, because like half the team is Hispanic, right? Half the parents are like, well, what do you expect? The rest are just racist. And I'm like, I don't know if it's racism, right? I don't know if it's, I don't know, right? However, it is kind of strange that it's like every single fucking game that we play, the refs are just god awful against our team. So, that didn't matter. They were 1-0 going into it, and then they lost 2-0, which I told my parents, I'm like, you can't be mad at them losing 2-0 because now you can't say, oh, dog. I'm like, now you can't say that because of the PK we lost the game, right? Because it's 2-0. Even if, oh, shikes.
He's going to get kicked out of the game.
14?
Yeah, because he hit him in
the head?
He hit him in the head. Yeah, that's something that happened to us while we were there. While you and I were there, I mean. Like, anytime, like, our soccer team, like, because they were pretty good, even with con este, what's his name? Leo, right? Because he's a year older than me.
Yeah, I mean, he's the coach now.
Yeah, he got screwed over so many times, and they got screwed over so many times. And I don't want to say it's because they're racist. I would like to believe now, in hindsight, that we're seen as the, like, hard-working school, as like a good try school.
Yeah.
And you never want to beat that school. There's a fan, there's like an old lady that's been a fan of Colorado for like, I don't know how long.
Oh.
And she was like, yeah, it sucks being a good loser. I want to be a good winner. And that's how, like, hey, it's always about sportsmanship. They're never really going to do anything. They're never really going to try.
Yeah. So yesterday,
that's why it's always better. My bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, but yesterday, one of the teams or one of the parents even like took a picture of the refs. I immediately started walking away as soon as the refs started walking towards us because I'm like, I know for a fact as soon as this guy says something to the refs, I'm gonna jump in too, right? Because it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. It's annoying, and like even aside from like race or whatever, or like being the good loser school, whatever, right? Aside from that. It's the fucking sport, right? Like, just ref the fucking sport. If you're a ref, it's because you like the sport, right? You can't play it for X, Y, or Z reason, but you love the sport, right? In my eyes, right? Like, if I were to, I guess once I retire, like, I might even like dabble around and see how I can ref, even if it's like little league, right?
Something
Just to be like, every Sunday have something to do, right?
Yeah.
But that's simply because I love the sport. It's not because it's a lucrative business. Right?
Would you do soccer?
Would I do soccer? Yeah, because the only sport I like.
That you actually like?
Yeah, like that. Okay. Like, I couldn't ref football, dude. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Right?
Where the big fellas at?
Or I'd be the starter
big man business.
For the track meets.
Yeah?
I'd be a starter. Right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. But it's just to me, it's like, dude, for the love of the sport. Just do it for the love of the sport. Right? So it's just like... I know the coach took down names of all the refs that were there, and he said he was going to file.
He's not going to file shit.
But
I'm not sure that right now.
So my brother said that the coach said he's going to try and file something, but I told my brother, I'm like, what's the point? Nothing's going to change. No. They're probably still going to ref, and if it's not them, we've had the series of unfortunate events where every single fucking game that they've played, at least one ref was stupid, right? There was one game where like the ref was completely fair. And it was also one of the games where they almost won, right? So it's like I told my brother, I'm like, it's just difficult to play a game where you have everything stacked against you, and then you have to win out of just being absolutely batshit crazy good, better than the other team, because any little thing is going to get called against you.
Couple things. I always forget the phrase, but when I tell people, hey, the reason why I'm not invested in sports anymore. And I was talking about this with Aaron and two of his clients. It's because the love of the sport doesn't exist after high school. And it seems like now, because you're noticing that, hey, you can make money from high school athletes, it doesn't exist in high school anymore. And I learned this because, again, I ran collegiately, and then I met a bunch of people at D1s, and then I met a bunch of pro athletes, right? And I'm like, oh, the love of the sport doesn't exist anymore. Most of these people are only playing at a certain point for the check. So that's why when people gamble on like sports, I'm like, bro, you're literally gambling on random Joe Schmo that was like, you know how like you have bad days?
Yeah.
They had bad days. You know how like you go out to drink at night?
Yeah.
They were probably out to drink at night. Not all of them. Not all of them, not most of them, but there's a couple of players that I know for a fact because one of my old coworkers worked security downtown for clubs. That he saw Bears players the last 2 years out at the clubs when you wouldn't think they'd be out in the clubs.
Like Friday, Saturday night before a game.
Or even after games after they got their ass beat, right? And I'm just like, oh, so this is just like, this is literally a job. This is just kind of like, hey, I'm here chilling. And that's something that I learned, and that's why I'm just like, oh, they're just regular people that happen to have more regular people watch them so they get paid more. So that's why, again, I'm not as invested anymore as I used to be. Yeah. I wish it wasn't like that, right? But yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to get my brother to understand because he gets frustrated that, like, nobody cares, right? So, for example, after, like, their last loss before this one, he was saying that they were on the bus. They were like having a party. They were blasting music, all this other stuff. And then my brother's like, I just don't talk to the team anymore because whenever I tell him, like, hey, Lo, like, we just fucking got our backs blown out 4-0, and y'all happy about that? And then they start picking on him, calling him to try hard, doing this and that and everything. And that's why I told him, I'm like, dude, just do cross country and track. I'm like, just do what I did because it's literally just you against the time, right? Very rare are you ever going to get someone that says, hey, you're slow, right? And you don't, because you get people that are like, hey, I know it's fucking rough because I had to wake up 6 a.m. and do my 10 miles too, right? I woke up and had to do my workouts when I was feeling like shit or whatever, right? I'm like, it's different. To me, like, and I don't know if you saw the difference in football and track, but to me, it's like when like the running events or like the track and the cross country, no one really says like, hey, yo, you're dog shit. At least like the 4 years that I was in high school. I don't know how I was in college, right? But like I told my brother, I'm like, there's no one that's like, hey, you're ass and I'm better than you because I'm faster.
Times might have changed because it was never like that for me. And then even this is something that I'll always stand on is people that are better than you will never belittle you. So because again, I've met Olympians.
Yeah.
Right. I've never met Bolt, but I've met the next closest thing. And the coolest people. And I've met them like outside of, hey, you're at a meet and greet or you're at a, like, I met them at like practice. I met them at like, you know, at like, hey, like they were done running. They were just chilling. Like when I went to Alabama relays one year and I met a couple of them and they were the coolest dudes. We were just talking there like off to the side by like the food stands.
I forgot OBJ went to the freaking Ravens.
And they'll never make fun of you. So the only people like belittling people, I told this to Junior, it's never the people that suck. It's never the people that are really good. It's always the morons in the middle, dude. The morons in the middle are always the people that don't want to try hard because they don't want to seem to be trying too hard and like try just enough to not be ass.
Yeah. So that's the I always told my brother that it was a soccer thing. I think it's just a soccer thing because I remember me growing up, and this is like early 2000s, right? Me growing up and people saying like, oh, like you suck. And I'm like, really? Because last year when they voted for like best defender of the league, like that was me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I suck. Like you suck because you can't score any goals, but like I'm doing my job.
Can I ask you a blazing take that might be a little controversial?
What?
Do you think it's a problem with our people in soccer?
100%.
Okay, me too. I didn't want to.
It's our people.
Yeah, okay.
It's our people that are always comparative to one another, but
yeah,
it's not just our people because like half of the team that Danny plays for is not our people, and they have the same mentality, the same attitude of like you suck. Yeah.
Who? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's other play. I don't know if you're gonna keep it in, so I'm not gonna say their names.
No, I mean, I know names, but I'm like, where are they from? Is most of what I'm asking. Like, I don't know. Or where their families from?
Most of them are like white/European.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like a good mix.
Okay.
There's only one kid in that team that's like wholesome, but that's also because he's got the fear of God stricken in him.
Shut out.
You know?
So is the man's from the gym.
Yeah.
That's why he did. Actually, Because like I asked him, I was like, hey, like why didn't you play for right?
Yeah.
And he kind of gave me the same logic. So like the club team that he plays for, he's like, it's very different. Everyone's like actually trying to get good.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to like play in college. Everyone's trying to like do something with this instead of just like being there for 2-ish hours a day and exhausting yourself for no reason.
No, yeah, it makes sense. It's just the way, how do I want to phrase this? The way that my brother sees it is he feels like he'll get more exposure from schools. When I told him, I'm like, if you're good, you're good. Like scouts are going to scout you out wherever.
Especially now.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I might keep some of this. And so let's.
Yeah. I do think he still has the desire to play D1. But I told him, I'm like, dude, even if you get into like junior college or like a D3, D2 school, I'm like, you don't have to play D1 ball. I'm like, there's schools that are D1 that are getting absolutely destroyed by junior colleges, you know?
Yeah, UIC.
Just because, well, yeah. But I'm like, but just because you're D1 don't mean shit.
Don't. Also, if you want to tell them the cheat code, is go to a D1 junior college, save the money. All those D1 junior college coaches have connections to the bigger D1 schools.
I mean, I would assume so, yeah.
Go there for 2 years, right? And you'll get, if you're good enough and they give you a scholarship, you pretty much get the rest of your schooling paid for. That's what a couple of my friends did.
Right now,
I just didn't know that until after I left the JC scene.
The thing right now with him is my mom is on his ass about what he's going to study.
That's what I'm saying, junior college.
His whole thing is like, I don't know what I want to do. He just wants to play.
Yeah, junior
I'm
college.
just like, that's why I told him, I'm like, dude, even if you play for like a junior college here, like.
I think it's a D1 junior college.
I think college, I think too. So I don't know. One of the colleges up north is also like either D2, D1.
Yeah.
I told him, I'm like, dude, if you're trying to play D1 or D2, like there's other opportunities other than just going to like Texas, right? California. All right, Florida, right?
Okay, that's why I told you at the beginning when you were telling me that he wanted to do something. I'm like, bro, you have to understand that most of these kids that are going to D1 schools were already slated to go to D1 schools.
Yeah.
Like that's just like they've been like actually training, right? Not just playing the sport. Mm-hmm. They've been training to be a D1 athletes since, again, some of the kids like that I trained that are 7, 8, 9 years old. Versus, I've been playing the sport for 10 years. Yeah, but are you a D1 athlete? There's a difference, right? I know a bunch of dudes that went D1 but sucked at the sport, but they were so athletic that the coaches were like, we'll take them anyway because they're faster, they're bigger, they're stronger than a lot of the other dudes. So then we'll just teach them soccer, volleyball, basketball, whatever it is.
I told him to just focus on running. I'm like, You've done soccer long enough. You clearly have the sprinting capability that you have because you have to when you play soccer. I'm like, you have the fast twitch muscles. Oh, they're playing in Tottenham's.
Yeah,
that's pretty badass. I'm like, you have like the fast twitch muscles. Like you literally have everything in you to be a good, decent 800-meter runner. I'm like, you're taller than me by like maybe like half an inch, right? If not as tall as me. I'm like, and you got the fast twitch. I'm like, so just focus on the 8 and just call it a day.
He'd be a good 8 and like a decent 4x4 guy.
But it's polecat, right?
I can talk to him and be like, hey, that man needs to be 8 4x4 guy.
How he does certain things, right?
Because he reminds me of our 8 guys that we had, where they were quick enough for a 4x4 split where they don't have to be in blocks or anchor.
Yeah.
And then
D. Henry has 100+ yards.
They had obviously they were good at the 8. That's why they were doing the 8. But yeah,
dude, fucking.
No, shout out Fanny. But again, like I said,
I just told him, I'm like, dude, just quit the soccer dream. It's too toxic. Our people are freaking toxic. It's never, you're never going to find our people admiring another one of our people.
Can we talk about that?
What?
How for some reason, and I'll only talk about Mexicans, right? Because I don't want to talk about the rest of the Latin community because I don't. Like, I have some friends that are from here and there, and like
it's only our people.
And I've seen their cultures, right?
It's literally specifically only our people.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, thank God! I needed that. I needed that. I have their defense in the 5-0 league.
Sykes,
and
dude.
they just gave up a lot of runs. I needed that. Anyway,
imagine it turns into a pick six.
I would have loved it. I've seen this online over the last year or two, where our people from our age, right, will like have some sort of success and like post it, right, and then you'll see people like hating on it, and I don't know why that is. Like our people hate on it, and I'm just like, I don't understand why that is. Like, there's no support or like positivity coming from our people towards our people, and when they try to do something, or like it's this weird like they want to see you fail.
It's weird, and it's deeply enrooted in our culture because recently, just this past summer, I reconnected with one of like the people from the same hood as me. She went to school as well, but she didn't. I don't think she's working on her degree. Like, she's not working her degree that she got or whatever. And I met her. I ran into her in the summer because like I was dropping off or I was with my mom, and then I was heading out to my car.
Yeah.
And then she walked out, and I was like, "Oh, yo, like, what's up?" Like, I was talking to her, and then this is like, I've always had this in my head where like our people just aren't supportive. We had like a good like 20-30 minute conversation. You know, she was like, "Oh, like, what are you doing? What are your successes?" And I asked her what she was doing, what are her successes, and then I was like, not like cheerleading her on, but I was like, "Oh, like, yeah, like, you know, that's pretty badass. Like, oh, I didn't know you could do that."
And she was
oh,
like,
okay,
weird.
like, yeah. And so she was weirded out, and then like she told me at the end of it, she's like, "I don't know why it took me so long to like flag you down and talk to you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "I always see you come visit your mom." She's like, "And I've always wanted to see how you were doing." She's like, "But I didn't know if you became one of those people that gets a degree, gets money, and then just completely ignores other people." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And that's what she told me. She's like, "You know how our people don't support each other." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "I thought you became one of those. I thought you became one of like our people that just doesn't support our people." And I'm like, "Nah, like, if anything, like," and I told her, I'm like, "If anything, I'm that guy that's on Facebook that like is looking at everybody else's success, right? And I'll give you the like, right? Not out of like pity or
Which is
sympathy
support.
or
To
whatever,
be like, hey,
but
bro,
like, I'm gonna give you the like because I'm like, hey, yo, good shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I may not talk to you for 3-4 years, but I still remember. I told her too. I'm like, I still remember a bunch of the people that I went to high school with, right? Just because, and the way I try to go to high school with is I always try to make genuine connections with people, whether it was like through sports, through schooling, through band, through extracurriculars, whatever. Like, I'd always want to have like a genuine connection with people. So I still remember like names and shit. But the fact that she was like, "Oh, like, I thought you became one of our people that doesn't support the other people." Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, I thought it was an
Me too.
I don't know if it's like one of those like, I struggled, so you have to follow my blueprint of struggle, and because you didn't, you're not the same as me.
Again, I'm not sure what it is, but I knew that existed before, right?
Isn't that PI?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's the one thing I told you about in our first podcast, where I was like, hey, the thing with you that's really cool is that you stayed in the area, so you can prove that, hey, you made it out, right? And you're still kind of like part of the people.
Yeah.
Versus like a lot of people like, and I've said this before,
Like, they move out right away.
I don't mind racist white people. I hate with a passion colored people that make it out and then act like they are way. Yeah. I don't care if it's brown fucking Latinos, Africans, Indians, Middle Easterns. Something about having some little brown in your skin that some people make it out, right? And then they act like they're just better than everybody because they made it out, dude. Ugh.
I feel like our people are the main offenders of that.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people that have left the hood where I've grown up, and like I run into them, or I'll be with my parents, right?
Yeah.
I'll be with my parents, and then we'll run into them at like grocery stores or like parties or whatever, right? And my favorite one is whenever we run into people in parties and they're like, oh, and your kids still follow you around? And I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, hell yeah, like I love my parents.
Yeah,
like
right?
the fuck?
The fuck?
Am I supposed to abandon them just because I'm an adult? Like, nah, the fuck? Like, my mom's is my best friend, you know? And my dad, when it comes to like him having like deep personal conversations, mans can talk.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and I told him one time too, I'm like, I don't know why you keep your shit in. And he's like, what do you mean? And I told him, I'm like, do we always talk about like personal stuff? I'm like, but it'll be for like 2 minutes out of our entire day. And then you just shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he's getting older and wiser and realizing the mistakes of our culture, I guess.
Yeah.
And he said that too. He's like, I mean, when growing up, ain't nobody telling me I can express what I'm thinking.
That's how my pops has been over the last like 5-8 years.
Yeah.
That's why we're like, we have more of a friendship now.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I'll get to this maybe later after this conversation.
Yeah.
But pops over the last 5-6 years has realized that, and he's opened up more. Cause you know how my dad's just quiet.
Yeah. I've noticed it from the years of doing the pod.
Yeah.
He's gone from being quiet to just like
he just talks. And I'm like, finally, I'm like, bro.
Even like to me, you know?
I'm telling you, if he just learned English sooner, the dude would be a multimillionaire. I kid you not. I'm not saying that because he's my dad, right? I'm literally saying that because the way this man brain functions.
Rip it. Rip. Oh, my God. You can't. Fuck, Justin Fields?
Nah, he's a better runner than Justin.
Yeah, I mean, he's the blueprint.
Yeah. But
you can't let him do that.
The way my dad's brain functions is he will figure it out or understand it. Just give him enough time. And he doesn't even need that much time. This is the part that's impressive. Is that you can just give him something and he will figure it out. It's bananas. I don't know. I don't understand it. I got like a small version of that. But I'm like, bro, if you just learned English sooner, and I told him this a few years ago. I was like, bro, if you just learned English sooner, I was like, you could have done whatever it is that you tell me that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I was like, you didn't learn English sooner. I don't know if he didn't. Like, he learned it enough to like be, again, he was a manager of a restaurant and he owned 2. But I was like, bro, if you learn English. But anyway, yeah.
That's my biggest funny one is running into like people from the past that got a house in like freaking up north or whatever, right? And then they think they're better than you, and then they always and
it's always up north there. It's always I know who we're talking. It's always there, dude.
And it's always funny for me because they always ask my parents like, "Oh, your kids still follow you?" Like me, my sister.
Yeah, like yo, I love my gremlins. I only say that because my parents are just way shorter than me.
And I'm just like, the fuck. I'm like, and with my big ass plate of food, right? Like, you think I'm gonna pass this shit up? Like, this is good food right here.
Pozole?
Yeah, like the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know why our people. I talked to my mom about this one time too. I'm like, I don't know why our people are like this. And I had mentioned to her, I'm like, if our people were to unite in a sense, right?
Unfucking beatable, dude.
And like unconditionally support one another. Oh, dude, it'd be a different.
I've had a theory about it.
It'd be a different USA.
I've had a theory about it. And you can tell me if it makes sense or not.
I'm listening.
I think it's like the independent mindset that we have.
Oh.
We're like, hey, you have to do it, and if you don't do it, like, you suck.
Yeah.
And
well, half of our generation or half of our ancestry, that's what they had to do is come out here by themselves and do it themselves.
But when you look at it, they didn't do it themselves.
They always had like a family member.
They always had somebody there, and I think
help.
Yeah,
like my dad. When my dad came up here, he had his brother,
right? Like there's always somebody.
My mom, when she came to Illinois, and when half of my uncles followed suit, she was here first, and she was their point of contact when they like arrived, and like she helped set them up and everything, and like. That's why my mom also gets mad because she's like, they forget, like, you know, that whole like never bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
Right. So my mom, I don't know what the direct Mexican translation or Spanish translation would be, but my mom's at the point where she's like, they forget that I helped them out you know, and I helped them get all these like documents and everything in order for them, and they forget that, and now they're ungrateful. So
yeah, it's like my dad. When my dad came over when he was 12. And technically he did it by himself, but he met a guy on his way here, or like they knew of a guy, right? It was like a family kind of distant friend thing.
Yeah.
Where the guy helped him and eventually married my tia, his sister, right? But it's like, yo, he had him and he was 10 years older than my dad, or like 10ish maybe. And I was like, yeah, see, like dad didn't do it by himself. Yeah. Like it's okay to rely on people, and there's like a negative stigma with relying on people and asking for help in our community. And I don't understand why. Because like when you look at the people who make it in the world of any and every culture, it was always like a group of dudes. It was always, hey, no one's ever done it by themselves. And our people are like super religious, right? And I'm like, yeah, even the guy that you worship had 12 people that followed him.
12 followers.
And one betrayed him, but that's not the point. Right. And I'm just like, I still don't understand why there's a negative stigma with asking for help in our culture. And it bothers me because, again, I have friends from like PR and DR that aren't like that. Right. Or like their families aren't like that. Thought he was going to make it.
I thought so too.
I'd go for it.
Yeah, you go for it, dude. You got nothing to lose. Although it's a 1-score game.
That's why I would go for it.
You also have Duvenal or
Duvernay?
Yeah,
I think so. I'm going for it. No, come on.
Unless you fake it and make him jump.
Your best opportunity is to run it with Lamar. But anyway, I'm still trying to figure out why our people are like this. Because again, if we unite, hey, let me tell you something, bro.
No, I'm telling you.
Let me tell you something. I don't think there's a harder working group of people that can come together and do some crazy shit, but we don't, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, and it's been bothering me actually for a few years, because like I notice it, right, where I'm like, hey, like the reason why, like a lot of kids or my friends didn't like make it bigger is because they didn't have the support of like family and like relatives and just friends, because everyone's like in just waiting to see you fail to tell you I told you so, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so weird.
But it's been like that. And I don't think there's any changing it. Probably like 3 generations from now, low key.
But it's
2-3 generations.
But it's weird. Right? Cuz like again, I train people of all cultures, right? And the white people I train are so different. The Indian people I train are so different. Like, they're so supportive. They're like, hey, let's figure it out. I even train a couple of African kids, and again, so different. They're like, there's so much support. Their parents, even amongst themselves, are like, hey, man, like, they're always trying to figure it out, always trying to help, always trying to like, hey, I'm gonna give you the best chance for you to succeed, and then you figure it out, right, with your effort and your time. Like, then it's all on you, right? And like with all culture, it's like you don't really see that often. Yeah, you see it's not like it doesn't exist, but it's almost like frowned upon and shamed upon half the time.
You barely see it.
Yeah.
Enough for it to be normalized, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's weird, dude. Yeah. I would go crazy trying to figure out the root of it.
Yeah.
But regardless, I don't think older people are going to change it. Nope. And I feel like that's the prime offenders of this.
Yep.
Whereas I feel like our generation would probably be like, nah, yeah, we can change this. But I mean,
we'll see. With that being said,
take me back to those days, dude. The Cholo days.
The Cholo days. With that being said, everyone, welcome to episode 5.
Episode 6.
I said episode 5 last time, and he said episode 3, and it was episode 4. But this is episode 5 of No Hiatus podcast. To my right, one of the co-hosts, the best ofrendo, Josie Josefo, the man of many names. He'd rather sleep in a car because you can't drive a house.
Especially in the new GTR. Did you see when I posted it? I posted it on my Instagram story, and I said this is why I put in a bunch of parlays every week.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I was confused. I was like, where'd you post it? But yeah, I saw that. On
the IG network.
Jose, and I'm your other co-host, Jesus. How have you been? What have you been up to? It's been 2 weeks.
I've been surviving.
I feel that. Let me
been surviving, applying gigs and shit.
Yubs. Yeah, yubs.
Honestly, just surviving.
Anything new?
Nothing new, unfortunately, not at this moment, which is kind of sad, but
No, that's all right.
yeah.
Fuck. I was gonna ask how the farming is going, but technically it's cold season, so no more farming. How was the harvest? Or your final harvest, if you've had one?
Oh, I haven't picked them yet.
Oh.
Because it's been raining like crazy. I was going to do it this weekend, but because it's been raining like crazy, I'm like, I'm going to let them grow maybe another week, and then I'm going to pick them. But I know I got peppers, and I think I got some tomatoes in the back. The cucumbers, I guess they have a short season. I didn't know because I would water them every other day, and then I don't know where one day they just dried up. And I asked my dad. My dad's like, I don't know what happened to the same ones because over where he works, they also have cucumbers. He's like, I don't know. The same thing happened to the ones that they have at their job. So I don't know if they just have a short season or what, or maybe we just suck, right, at farming. And maybe that's why I'll never be able to have a farmers only account. But
we are farmers.
We'll see. I mean, like I said, I got peppers. I know because I've seen them.
Yeah.
And then some tomatoes, I'm sure. Hopefully the chipmunks that I see in my backyard left them alone. So we'll see. But yeah, probably the harvest will be harvested soonish. Is that their QB?
Yeah, he got hurt. Probably ankle injury.
Damn.
Because he was able to stand. But I
guess that's GG.
It is. He's good though. Their backup is decent. So no harvest yet. No final harvest yet.
No. Soon. What about you? What have you been up to?
I bought a new graphics card. I told you. I sent you the picture yesterday.
Sturdy. Crazy that you went Radeon or.
Yeah, I just I have AMD anyway.
Hey.
And I had a 2080 before. That's what, I don't know, 7 years old or some shit. 7 or 6. And I was like, hey, I think it's 6. Anyway, I was like, I'm gonna have to upgrade my PC soon in the next 2 years.
Right.
So I was like, hey, let me just upgrade the graphics card first now and save some money and not have to upgrade everything at once. And I'm gonna stay AMD for the most part, just because I like it. I don't have a problem with Intel or Nvidia. I've used them before for forever, right? But yeah, I went 7800 XT, and it works amazing.
Oh, you already put it in?
Yeah, that's what she said.
I figured you would have, but I'm like,
no,
you already had the other one out.
I instantly, like, I got it in, right? And I was like, and then, you know what's funny? And I'll admit this on the pod because it's fucking hilarious, right? I put it in. I thought I plugged everything in. Hold on. So, like, I plugged everything in, right? And so I closed everything. I plugged everything back in the back, right? And I have a fuck ton of cables because I have the mouse, my controller, the keyboard. Yeah. I have 3 monitors.
You didn't plug in the HDMI, did you?
No, I didn't plug in the power cords in the fucking GPU. So when I turned it on, it didn't turn on. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, and I knew, and I told myself because like I hung them on
right above it or whatever.
I hung them right above it. So I'm like, cool, this is the last thing I'll plug in, right? And I cleaned it. I bought air cans to clean it. So I was like, cool, I fucking cleaned it. I unplugged some things. I replugged them in just because I was like, whatever, just in case. And I fucking forgot the fucking. So I had to unplug everything, plug it back in. And it was the funniest thing. I was sitting there, and as soon as nothing worked, I'm like, the fucking cord, dude.
But do you like it?
It works amazing.
What's your FPS at now?
Well, technically, so something I've learned over the last few years is you're supposed to cap your FPS at your monitor's refresh rate.
Oh, so if it's 60 hertz, 60 FPS.
Yeah, otherwise you can get some jitters and some problems.
Uh-huh.
So since mine's 144 hertz, 144 frames, but it locks at 144, which my old one didn't lock at 144.
That's nice.
It would go from like 115s to 135-ish.
Uh-huh.
So it would never truly be 144.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why, but now it's literally just locked while I'm playing at all times. At 140, like 3-ish, 44. And it's amazing. And I can tell the difference. I'm like, oh, like it just looks cleaner. But shout out that. It was nice. I only played again just one day on it. But yeah, I guess AMD is, I don't know if they've caught up or surpassed the other two, but they're definitely a good buy.
Okay.
They're definitely no longer the I want to save money, but I'm going to get less performance buy.
Yeah.
Which they were for literally years. Other than that, I did tell you, right? I don't know if I told you on the pod about my energy issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
How you cut out, or you cut out too much fat, but then you reintroduced it back in.
And I feel fucking amazing.
Nice.
And I've felt amazing now the last.
I've always felt amazing. That's why I always eat fatty shit.
Which is weird because I never really noticed.
I'm just kidding, dude.
But yeah, dude.
My sister went to the doctor and she was talking to her doctor about just genetic stuff and everything. And homie was telling her that she might need certain meds or whatever. And then I was telling her on the way. So yesterday we spent a family day together, I guess.
Dubs.
We were at Danny's soccer game in the morning. And then we went to his marching band performance in the afternoon.
Oh, they still had that shit? Oh, it stopped raining.
Yesterday was the last competition they were doing, I guess. And then after that, we went home, we had dinner, and then we went to go watch the Taylor Swift movie that was her concert or whatever.
It was 3.5, no?
3.5 hours?
Yeah, right?
Something like that.
That's
dude.
crazy.
It was good. My sister told me that they cut out a lot of songs, obviously, because they can't make it super, super long. But I told her, I'm like, it would have been a pretty good concert to go to, and whatnot. But we spent it all together and shit. And then I was telling her on the way to the marching band competition, I'm like, I feel like our people or our genetics is just to be not even big boned, but just to be big in general.
Yeah, but you were skinny though.
Yeah, but then
You were a steak skinny.
But then alcohol.
And then alcohol.
And then I stopped running.
True.
So that's what I was telling her. I'm like, if you look at my dad, you know how when people are big, you're big everywhere, right? You got big legs, you got
yeah,
big
just
arms,
proportionately big.
Yeah. He's got probably my arms, right? Skinny arms, right? He's got skinny legs, but it's just a freaking belly that he has. And I told my sister, I'm like, I have the same thing where I have I wouldn't even say they're muscular. They're just normal hands, right? My legs are skinny legs, right? And then my gut. Because that's why I'm I don't even have man titties. If you look at my weight and stuff, I'm you would think some man titties, right? I'm but I don't even have that. It's literally just my gut. So I don't know. I was telling her next time I go to my doctor, I'm gonna tell him hey, what do you think? What do you think we should be doing here? Because she went and she was talking to the doc, and the doc gave her some pointers on what she should switch it up and stuff. But I guess he really didn't know, or he didn't really have an answer for her as to why we're like that. But I think we're like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I was always curious about that, right? Because how some people just pack on weight and some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's you have a fast metabolism and this, that, the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand the science between what you eat and how it just goes through your body. But I know for some people, again, for me, I can just eat.
You know what I was thinking?
And nothing happens.
In my head, I'm maybe we're just all like Pokemon. And you know how there's different experience groups?
Yeah.
Experience earning, right? Experience.
Oh yeah,
earning
someone gives
groups,
you
something
attacks, physical attack, special attack.
No. How much XP you need to level up.
Oh, true.
There's slow experience group, fast experience group, normal, medium, fast, or all that stuff. I'm maybe we're just like Pokemon, where every experience group is how much weight you tack on, your metabolism and shit.
What are you saying about me?
Dude, you're like the fast experience group or something. I don't know.
Fuck this shit, dude.
But I don't know. I was gonna say it to my sister, but I'm like, she doesn't understand Pokemon references like that.
Dude, I use Pokemon references for everything, dude.
Because it makes sense.
Yep,
I mean, it does to me, but
I was telling Emiley that when we first started talking, I was like, people shouldn't date for looks, right? And I use Pokemon to explain it, right? I was like, hey, like, you might want a Charmander, but are you ready for the Charizard?
Maybe you want the Lopunny, you know?
All right. And then it's like, hey, you might want that Charizard, right? But someone built that Charizard for special attack, not physical attack, right? And you might want physical attack. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like it makes sense. Like every Charizard
punch instead of flamethrower, you know?
That's what I'm saying. And she was like, you're dumb. And I was like, but I'm right. And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, I know. Like, it just makes sense. And a lot of people just date because they see a Charizard, right?
Versus not knowing that it's an Iron Tail set.
Who the fuck wants to use Iron Tail? Fire! I'm kidding. It's a good move. But yeah, and it just makes sense. Pokemon's like life.
What the fuck was that?
He went the wrong way.
Yeah, damn.
But yeah, Pokemon for life. I don't know. That's all I've been up to, I think.
That's good.
Junior and I have been gaming the new. Oh yeah, we've been doing that.
The COD.
Yeah, it's fun. It's back.
Ends tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning at I think 12 our time.
So there's no point in downloading it.
I mean, if you have time to play today, just a couple games. I gotta go do something, so I'm not gonna be able to play. That's why we played. That's why I played. After I got back from hanging out with you on Saturday, I played for like 2. I slept so late, dude. That's why I felt like dog shit.
That's why you feel crummy, not because of the drinks.
I slept like at 2:30.
Oh my god!
And then I woke up at I woke up at 7 to go to the. Shit!
That's the first down, no?
No, they marked him short. But damn, he got rocked. And then I played yesterday for like 5 hours, and this is the first time in a while where like this is the first time I'm playing COD for that long, and I'm like, I just want to keep going because I'm having a good time. You know,
or was it illegal contact? I'm listening, but
it's probably hands to the face or something. But yeah, this is the first time in like 4 or 5 years where I'm like, yo, I can potato COD, right?
And have fun.
And yeah, just have a good time. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, all right, vibes, fuck it. Like the gameplay is good. And I'm like, that's all I really cared about. I don't care. Well, one, I do care that it's not a World War II theme. Mm-hmm. But after that, like, as long as the gameplay is fun.
Because most of them have been World War I, right?
I just don't want to see anything past like 2002.
Oh, make it too real?
No, I'm saying like, don't make it too old. Like I don't want to see that shit anymore. If you're not gonna give me like a futuristic and jetpacks, just give me like modern looking things. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see fucking desert, none of that shit. I don't want to see like the trenches. I don't want to see none of that. Don't give me none of that. But yeah, we've been doing that, and that's been fun. Shout out 24. I have some news. Did you see the new Did you see the new PS5?
The Slim?
Yeah.
It looks identical?
Pretty much. They just made it thinner.
And they made it like $50 more expensive, I think.
I think so.
Because I think it's for $499 and $449.
Yeah,
and I think the original PS4 Slim, my bad, not the Slim. The original PS4 digital, I think, was $349, and the disc is, I think, $399. If I remember
something
correctly.
like that. Yeah,
I think. I don't remember.
It looks better in my opinion.
I mean,
I don't know if that really matters because like half the time you don't really see the console. It's just like sitting somewhere, right?
Or you're just like me and you have it as a cloud chaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks better. It's funny because I guess they're making a separate disk drive that you could buy for $80
that you can plug into the digital one.
Well, like, what's the point of that? You're spending more money. I don't know. Anyway.
Some people don't see that.
Anyway. Yeah, that's cool. I'm not surprised by it. And oh damn, we'll talk about that later maybe. Semi update on Twitter that happened kind of last night. I keep clicking the button. I'm not used to the button being there. But
Really?
yeah, a new PS5 coming out in November, I think,
Really?
or 2024. I think I could be wrong. I think it's 2024.
Damn. So you're telling me now I got to buy another console for clout?
If you want, or you can buy a new PC for clout.
People literally give me shit for not even touching my PS4. My brother is like, dude, just give it to me. And I'm like, you got $400?
I was like, you could buy it.
Well, if you got $400, you can get it. It's yours.
Thoughts though on how long it's been since the PS5 and Xbox came out? Like 3-4 years?
The 4?
Like 3-4 years, right? Since they've been out, the PS5 and Xbox One.
It's been the Roronora time.
Oh, that's right. So like, yeah,
because I remember I went to go pick mine up.
Yeah.
From my plug.
During the Roronora.
And I was still living at my parents'.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Since the Roronora. I think 2020 actually.
So 3 years.
Yeah.
Not bad. I still think Sony, not counting Nintendo, I still think Sony is dominating the single player games, bro. They're completely they just have the market. It's nuts. Again, I don't really play them. I just watch a lot of them.
They're still 4th in inches, dude.
Can we get official measurement?
There's no fucking way.
But yeah, shout out Sony. On Xbox announced their Xbox, whatever the next one's going to be called in 2028. Shout out them. Oh, did you hear? Microsoft officially bought Activision.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I know they were trying to acquire them, but I didn't know it's official.
The court case, I guess, got solved, and Ubisoft now has rights to all of Activision Blizzard's games to put on their cloud.
So what you're saying is I can play World of Warcraft on my PS5?
On your Xbox.
On my Xbox.
Not yet, but potentially sooner than later. I think that'll be a thing. Which again, I shout out Microsoft for that because they're getting their ass beaten games, right? But every single one of those games that was playable anywhere else was playable anywhere else.
I love when they throw in the challenge flag because they like do it so.
If the call was egregious enough, I would throw it at a ref's head, be like, "Fuck you,"
and got ejected.
Yeah, but fuck you. I'm proving a point because now you still got to go review it, and we're gonna get the call, and fuck you. I would challenge it. Yeah, Andrews knows. I like Tucker, but I would challenge it. Also, my bad for those audio-only listeners, and I guess if you're watching on YouTube, we're watching
They're not going to challenge it?
Baltimore Ravens, Tennessee Titans play in Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah.
Because the NFL wants to be weird and make the European games every other week or whatever. So yeah, shout out new PS5. Microsoft officially bought Activision Blizzard. But again, like I said, all those games either are playable on PC or if they're on console, they're on all the consoles. So they don't really have like an exclusivity upper hand with those. They just control them, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this shit out because to me it looked like it was.
Yeah, I don't know. If the line of gain is that white line there, he's past it. But I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't down till there.
Yeah. I don't know. This is why I just run it with Lamar out to the side, and that's my best opportunity. Anyway,
you should have challenged it. Literally only 4 minutes left in the game. You should have just done it.
Oh, in the whole game?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have challenged. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, oh, like you can save. I can't see like other cameras right by the clock.
I can't see Baltimore score, but it's the fourth.
Yeah.
4 minutes left in the fourth.
I thought it was still the third. So I'm like, oh, like save your timeouts, you know?
Nah, dude.
Play the game smart.
Do it.
Yeah, I would have thrown it at his head. I would be like, fuck you.
This is why I'm not a coach.
Anyway, my bad. Did you see the moving on, I guess, from that? Oh no. gaming news. More gaming news. Pokemon Bank is dying. They're shutting off the services.
Why?
Not of Pokemon Home. Pokemon Bank.
Why? Oh, from the 3DS?
From the 3DS.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. They're
Yeah.
going to start phasing out all of those.
Yeah, because they're probably just gonna bring them to the virtual thing on the Switch. You know what I'm talking about? How you can play the old school games on the. Yeah. As of April 2024, everything related to online services from Nintendo 3DS and Wii U will end. Pokemon Bank will continue even after April 2024, but they said you need to bring all your Pokemon to home. So I guess it'll still exist within those games, but you won't be able to transfer out of it, which makes sense because the games are old. But shout out 3DS and Wii U, maybe the greatest generation consoles ever.
I don't know about Wii U, but I agree with the 3DS.
Yeah. So I think that's all the gaming news I have, unless I miss something. You see the UFC changes? We're getting Islam versus Volk,
Dude,
and Usman versus Chimaev. Is that how you say it?
next week is going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're calling there, but yeah, no, it's gonna be fucking crazy. I already wanted to see next week's, right?
But now,
And then I saw the updated card, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Who allowed this?
you think Volk has enough time to be ready to win?
We'll see. I know if he loses, he's gonna say it's because it was so short.
Yeah,
right.
and that's why he took it.
Which is annoying.
Yeah, but that's why he took it.
It's no risk for him. No risk, high rewards for him.
Yeah, because if
right?
you win, yeah.
He loses, I didn't train enough. Right? He wins, I'm that guy. I don't need training.
And it's for Islam's belt, right?
I think so.
So he would be the 2-time or the
Something like that, dude.
or the 2 belt.
Something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's gonna be beefy.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I told the boys, I'm like, we gotta watch it because it's Volk who we've all watched and learned to love hate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus the guy that fight bears, you know?
That's the guy that fights bears, bro.
So we gotta watch it.
I don't know how you fight bears and like not just dominate.
Because bears are different than humans, I guess. I don't know.
But
homie literally looks like he fights bears.
Yep.
And
did-
wins.
Did you also see? The UFC just had a lot of news lately. But did you see USADA and UFC ended their relationship?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were making memes that people are just gonna start juicing. But I guess UFC
they did buy out or got bought out by WWE. So
True.
only makes sense.
I guess UFC still has like a drug protocol, but I don't think it's as intense or as tight as USADA.
Okay.
So a lot of people were saying like, hey, like a lot of people are, if they aren't already juicing, they're gonna start juicing and juicing more. And I'm like, I agree with Mike Tyson on this stance. If it's a combat sport where you're hitting somebody else, like football, UFC, boxing, you shouldn't be doing that because you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Right. But when it comes to like non-contact sports, I'm a fan of fuck it, send it. I want to see freak athletes. If you're okay with the risk, right, of what it's gonna do to your body, fuck it, send it. But yeah, USADA. I think they dipped. I think was the story.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Probably money.
maybe.
That's the only thing that I can think of.
But
companies leaving.
what's his name? The owner, bald dude, Dana White.
Yeah. I was gonna say Walter White. I'm like, no, that's not it.
Dana White had a little press conference about it, and he was just like shitting on him. He was like, "Oh, they're pieces
That's
of
his
shit."
personality.
It
though.
is.
That's his personality. Even when I didn't know this, but apparently when homie was in like the middle of like cheating scandals and shit, I was like, he was, and then my one friend showed me like videos of like his press conference about it. I'm like, dude, homie's just sitting here being like, hey, y'all mind your business. This is my life. What I want to do with my wife is my wife and I's business.
Oh, because he punched her in the face.
Was it that?
Yeah,
No,
because
wasn't it the cheating allegations?
I don't know about the cheating. I've never heard that one, but I know there was like a Twitter video that surfaced when him and his wife were at a club,
Oh, and he
and she was kind of like getting physical, and I think he gave her a 2-piece combo to the chin. I think. I mean, he did touch her, and he did. I just don't know where it was. I'm just trying to be funny, but I guess they squashed it. I don't know.
They did.
I don't know.
But
it's kind of like the Ray Rice thing, where like they're still married, I think, and like they were chill about it, and I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, but I don't get it.
But that's just his personality, in your face and shit about it.
But shout out that. Shout out, what is it, 295, right? Or 294? UFC? The one next week?
I think 95.
That's going to be crazy. That's going to be a crazy one.
I also do have D. Henry on my team.
Shout out you. How many points you got? Like 25?
18.3.
Damn it.
Dude, but look at this. Look at my bench.
Damn, yeah, dude, that's how mine is with the one with Jeremiah. Dude, everyone's broken.
Half my fucking bench is on IR right now.
I was gonna say albums were released. I didn't listen to most of them.
I did,
but 2 big ones: El Conejo and Drake.
Yeah.
Good, bad thoughts, comments, concerns.
Drake's album had maybe the first half was good, and then even from there, he had like 3 or 4 good songs. Bad Bunny's album is everything I expected it to be. I knew it wasn't going to be a trap album like everybody was hyping it up to be.
But he had a trap song, right?
Yeah, no, he had a couple, but everybody was saying, "Oh, 22 or 21 songs of Trap Bunny is going to be crazy." And it's just, to me, it's like I'm on like, I guess that TikTok of like people like hyping it up and stuff like that. It was interesting though, because there was one TikTok I saw yesterday that I was talking to Yadi about. So there was this guy, and he was talking about the new Bad Bunny album, and he was saying, he's like, "Look, I liked it. Yes, it's a good album. Yes. However, it took me 4 listens to be like, hey, you know what? This is actually a good album." Right? And he kind of started going in on Bad Bunny, saying, he kind of was saying, you need to start bringing back the music that after the first song, I knew this was the album, right? And he started talking about like his old albums, like the Por Siempre. Which one else did he bring up? Yo hago lo que me dé la gana. And then there was another one that he's like, these are albums that are like instant classics that I was like, yes, this is it. So that's what I was telling Yadi, because she was like, "Oh, I haven't listened to it all yet." She said, "But from the bits that I did listen to, like it was like, right?" Mm-hmm. I told her, I'm like, "It's a good like listen to album, right? Mm-hmm. Is it something I'm going to be cranking at the gym to try and do like my next PR max? No, right? Is it something that I'm expecting to hear at the club while someone's trying to offer me some paraphernalia, right? No." Am I expecting some like big booty Latina to just like start grinding up on me while this song is playing in the background? No. But it's a good album, you know? And like that's what I was telling her. I'm like, I like certain songs on that album. That's absolutely insane.
It is
absolutely insane. I told her, I'm like, it's a good album, right? There's definitely some diamonds in there, right? But it's not, and not every single song is a banger. Yeah. Same thing with Drake's. Some people are saying Drake raps for kids. I think I saw online.
Yeah, my Twitter. I'm forever gonna call it Twitter. I'm so sorry, Elon. Shout out you for buying it and doing whatever the fuck you're doing with it, but it'll always be Twitter. Anyway,
I still call it Twitter.
My Twitter feed was mixed for both albums.
Yeah,
people were saying that they're bad, they're not good, and some people that are, I'm assuming, super fans of the people, were saying that they were pretty good. Right. But the common consensus for both was this isn't of the quality of the artist.
Yeah.
That both these albums weren't Drake quality. Like if you rank what was it called? For the boys, or what was it called? For the guys?
Oh, what was Drake's album?
Yeah, what was it called?
For all dogs.
For all the dogs. Yeah, my bad. If you rank this album with all his albums, it's like in the bottom half. That's what people were saying.
Really?
Yeah, people weren't.
I put it like 5.
I don't know. Again, I haven't listened to it yet.
Bad Bunny's, this one was definitely like on the lower end of the spectrum in my book.
I kind of like to wait
till the hype is down.
Yeah, because the internet, like, I don't want to hear people say these things, right?
And then you hear it, and then you think,
And then I'm just like, fuck, like, yeah, like, I heard that so and so didn't like it, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just waiting for me not to like it. So I wait about like 3 or 4 weeks.
I'll tell you what,
to like listen to it. So I'm gonna listen to it eventually.
Drake and Bad Bunny's song was absolute trash. Drake's part.
Hold on, that's what everyone said about Drake's album was Drake's parts on his on the features
sounded like features.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell, like, I think I told you,
and I was like, damn.
I think I told you when we were hanging out with Sports Star.
Yeah.
From the Drake album, my favorites were 8 a.m. in Charlotte. The song he had with J. Cole, I think it's first person shooter. The song he had with Lil Yachty,
like that one,
dude, because of J. Cole.
Yeah, that's what again everyone was
because
saying.
You listen to J. Cole and you're like, holy fuck, like this is Jermaine. You know, this isn't J. Cole, Crooked Smile. No, this is Jermaine.
J. Cole,
and then the Lil Yachty song too. What does that put him halfway to the distance?
Yeah.
The Lil Yachty song was decent too, but like everything else, I'm like, it's all right. But I just liked 8 a.m. in Charlotte because it gave me like old school Drake kind of vibes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. Definitely the internet can persuade you to hate an album. Because that's how it was with one of J. Cole's albums. I forget which one it was. I think
the last one, no?
No, it was like early J. Cole. Because I knew Kanye dropped at the same. He dropped his album the same day Kanye did, and he even like rapped about it later on. Mm-hmm. But I forget which album it was that he dropped. Maybe it was Cold World. I don't remember. But I remember I went to Target to get the Kanye West album.
Yeah. And
then I remember the electric guy or whatever, right? The electronics guy. I was like, hey, like, can you help me find the album? I was like, what, 16, 17? I don't even remember, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know where to freaking look for CDs. I'm like, hey, can you imagine that? At that point, CDs were starting to die down. It was like, what, 2010, 2011, right? CDs were starting to die down. And I'm like, hey, like, I need to listen to the new.
It's taking forever, though, to just fucking kill them off.
Mm-hmm. No, I think they'll still be going strong. I think it's kind of weird, though, because, like, for example, like on my iPhone, I have Apple Music, right? Mm-hmm. And I still have my student account, so I get it on the low. But like literally any album I can just like save to my library. And if I want to, I can download it. Mm-hmm. And then that's it. I can listen to it whenever, right? Yeah. But anyways, I remember went to the electronics guy. I'm like, I'm looking for the new album that dropped today. Kanye West, please. And then he said, oh, okay. He's like, as long as it's not the new J. Cole album, because that album was trash.
Damn.
And then I didn't listen to that album for 2 years because of that one guy. So I don't know. It's kind of like.
I mean, 2010 was what? Crooked Smile, no?
No.
Because Forest Hill Drive was 2013, 14, no?
I don't think it was Crooked Smile. I think it was something else. I thought it was. I think it was Cold World. Because it was Yeezus. I bought Yeezus. Mm-hmm. And I remember I'm like, I told my girlfriend at that time, I'm like, what if Kanye's trolling us? Because it was just a clear case with a clear CD. Like there was no like painting, no nothing. It just said Yeezus on the thing.
Oh, Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
Or Cold World?
I think it was Cold World.
Because Cold World was 2011. Hold on. Because Forest Hill was 14. Why would you go for the field goal, bro?
It was Cold World. Cold World. It wasn't Friday Night Lights. It was Cold World. And I remember I didn't listen to it for 2 years.
Crazy.
Like, because of that one guy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was what? 2011. I was what? 17?
17-ish?
Yeah. And I let some random dude influence me.
Yeah, because I was telling Junior this because we were playing COD. And he started like repeating the stuff that people on Twitter were saying was bad. And I was like, bro, you should stop doing that. And I'm like, yeah, if you find that you don't like that thing, then say that.
Yeah.
But make sure that you don't like it. versus just hearing it and then versus seeing it online, right? Then seeing it in person. So like you're trying it or like listening to the album, right? And then be like, oh yeah, like they didn't like it. So yeah, of course I don't like it because it happened, right? Or like it exactly happened the way that they said it was gonna happen when they didn't like it. And I'm like, no, bro, like make your own opinion of it. So try it before even doing it, because sometimes it's not even that bad. But yeah. So I'm waiting to listen to both. I've heard songs from both, and the ones I've heard I liked. I've heard 2 from the Drake album. I don't know what they're called. That I was like, this sounds kind of bad.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah, but it was just interesting because I didn't know Bunny was gonna release. I don't know Bunny was gonna release. I knew
He
Drake
announced
was.
it Monday and then he dropped it Friday.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was paying attention then.
Because that's what he did for his last one too. He
Yeah.
announced the album like early in the week,
Yeah,
and then like 3-4 days later it came out.
nice. Shout out that. The albums, gaming news.
Pittsburgh is leading the conference for you guys.
Yeah, because the Ravens are fucking tweaking balls, and they're still tweaking balls technically.
This is gonna be an onside kick
Yeah.
because of how they positioned it.
Yep. So then it can spin, right? Look, it spins. Oh, but he caught it. Nice, smart game. GG's. Let me just look at my points because I know they were doing bad. Damn, dude. Lamar's been sucking ass, dude. In fantasy, at least.
Maybe in real life too. Who knows? It's 2023, dude.
True.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Ooh. That's not a lot of points though. Ooh, the defense gave me 13 points. Shout out that.
That's good.
That's
really good for defense.
Yep. All right, anime news.
Anime.
Yeah, we can get into it. The Pluto anime got announced. I showed you it. I was gonna say Mega Man, but what the fuck is it called? This guy. Let me pull it up. But I've read
the Astro guy.
Yeah. Oh, the Astro Boy. I was gonna say Star Boy.
Astro Boy. I'm like Pluto.
Yeah, this
Astro Boy.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's they called it Pluto. It got released.
Well, it got announced. It's getting released soon. But I read a few of the chapters. I wanted to buy the volumes because they look really cool.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just didn't have money, and now I want the Japanese versions. But not the point.
Amazon JP, bro.
But it looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch the shit out of it.
Netflix is low key killing it right now.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. But it looked good. Obviously, look at that explosion. Looked really good. You've never read it or heard of it, right?
Not Pluto, no.
Oh, it comes out October 26th. So next week?
2 weeks.
By Studio M2. It will have 8 episodes, an hour each. Oh, that's nice.
Fuck, dude.
That's nice. Again, it's a short story because, again, it's a spinoff of Astro Boy.
Oh.
But the few chapters I read was pretty good. And, again, they're going to shorten it anyway for just anime reasons. But I'm excited for that. Spy X Family came out, right? The new season?
Yes, sir.
You watched it? I need to watch that.
I was watching the first episode with my honey buns this morning.
Honey buns.
And by with her, I meant it was on and she was just doing her own thing.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it. I know I keep saying that. I'm going to read it. But episode 1, season 2 was good. You know what else came back? Girlfriend.
Oh, yeah?
That's one of the other ones that I was watching.
Yeah.
So I was watching that last night, this morning. I watched the JJK with my honey buns last night.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, now are you ready for this episode? Because I keep telling her that every day.
But then
every episode because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
But I already know what's going to be in that episode because shout out Twitter. So I knew that they were going to animate the one scene
Yeah.
that all you dirty heathen girls out there keep memeing. And y'all need Jesus in your
So we
life.
can talk about that now.
You want to?
The JJK episode, I think it's titled 36, right?
I don't remember.
Let me look. I mean, I wrote it down. I just didn't want to.
But pretty much,
Yeah, episode 36.
I asked my honey buns if she was ready, and she's like, "Yeah, I guess." Because I keep telling her, I'm like, so the intro, right? I don't want to spoil anything because I guess this is the anime only portion of our pod. But I told her, I'm like, I don't want to ruin anything, but once a certain event happens, there's a certain character that does something in the opening that kind of hints at how she dies. And I'm like, and it's absolutely bonkers that Studio Mappa put that as the intro.
Yeah.
For the season.
I hate when they do that. I hate when they put big events in the intros.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, like.
Well, like with the first season with the guy that was Yuji's friend and then got transfigured. I forget his name. Yeah. But homie was in the fucking intro for like all 6 episodes of his freaking little mini arc.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen, I think it was on TikTok or maybe Twitter, but it was all these girls posting like my reaction to JJK episode, whatever, right? Yeah. And it's them cropping their face on top of the guy that's getting his hair pulled. So I, leading into the episode, I asked Yadi, I'm like, are you ready for the episode? And she's like, does someone die this episode? And I'm like, no. I'm like, but you're probably going to get aroused and turned on. And she's like, whoa. And I'm like, just watch.
Yeah, they made his hands really veiny.
Oh, my God.
They made his hands really fucking veiny, dude.
Pause for a second. Pause for these next 5 minutes, okay? And I don't...
Jesus, 5 minutes, dude? What?
But when we watched the episode, I remember turning to my honey buns and being like, now, I don't like nothing in my rear end, right? But if you're telling me 6'5" Nanami comes up to me.
Wait, he's 6'5"?
He looks like he was 6'5", and unless they just overinflated his height. But homie looked stacked, right?
Yeah.
I told her, I'm like, there's only a certain amount of people that I would allow in my rear end, right?
What? Wait.
I said pause for 5 minutes. I said pause for 5 minutes, right? And I told her, Michael B. Jordan is one of them. Right?
That's a real person.
Right?
Okay.
And I told her, and Nanami.
What?
Dog, you saw how big his hands were.
I was just saying that I know women for some reason like veiny forearms.
Yeah, me too. So that's what I meant.
They made him.
That's what I meant.
He's 184 centimeters, so he's 6 foot half inch. So he's like my height.
You just need Nanami's build.
I need to get a fucking forearm that's like 10 inches thick.
Dude. Oh my God.
His arm was literally like this big, just like
she literally got to the point where like
shit out of the dude.
Homie grabbed the hair, and all I hear from her is I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just keep it in your head. God damn. I told her, I'm like, that's what I said when I was reading the manga, but like fuck.
Damn.
But
the animation though for the entire episode was crazy because even like his face was well drawn, everything was well animated.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything about that episode. And then I was like, after the episode, I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, Studio Mappa must be going through it.
Yeah. That's why I had to sign the NDA.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, they must be fucking going through it. After watching that episode, knowing that we're 19 days away from Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
And I think they're animating Chainsaw Man 2. Like, I'm just like, dude, I don't know what the fuck else projects. Because I'm sure there are more projects than just those. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, dude, that's fucking crazy. But, Nanami was the star of this last episode. I think some of these horny girls on the internet need to go to church once a year.
Your ass needs to go to church. Huh? I said, your ass needs to go to church.
I go to the church of Nanami.
Of parlays?
The church of parlay, which low-key might have to put one in right now.
I'm telling you. But I really like this episode because
it was good.
It set up everything. It set up Toji. It set up... It set up Nanami. It set up...
skipped over that.
It set up Mei.
It sets everything up for what's to come.
We still haven't seen Toto, but Toto's coming.
Oh, he is coming.
It's setting up everything. And again, like we said, when the chapters came out and when the season was going to start, this season has an opportunity
to be one of the best
seasons, like literally ever.
And
it's just building up right now. It's the crazy thing. It's just building up right now, and it's like it's still good, and I like it. And the animation's great, and it still feels like JJK, which, like we said for the manga version last week, the manga right now feels, I don't know. It's good, but I don't know.
It's too all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what Gege is trying to do other than just fucking troll us.
That's what it feels like. It just feels like a big troll.
Sometimes I do really wish that Shady could be here for the anime parts.
So she can comment.
Because, like, I feel like because we already, like.
We know what happens.
Like, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like the whole, like, we knew Nanami was going to show up and fuck shit up. We knew he was going to pull his hair because Gege literally drew that, right? We knew that Toji, right?
Yeah, was going to pop up.
We knew he was going to come back. Dude, how he killed the grandma?
Dude, he just said...
Fucking murder.
You said kill all sorcerers. Bah,
you said kill all sorcerers. You're a sorcerer too, right?
Damn.
You're a sorcerer too, right, grandma? Oh, my God. He is...
I like how they keep bringing his ass back. He's like, dude, just leave me dead.
Especially now that... I don't remember what they do with him, so I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I might have to reread it, but I don't remember what happens with him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's in the...
He never... I love how he never... This is a spoiler alert. If you were thinking that he's going to meet Megumi, he doesn't.
No.
Sorry.
And he had the perfect opportunity to do so in this week's episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I like that hat. Or the beanie.
With the eagle? Or the falcon?
Yeah.
The raven?
Yep.
Whatever the fuck.
There you go.
The bird?
The bird.
He had the perfect opportunity to do so. Literally just jump out from the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Or when Megumi did the freaking Nue or whatever,
Yeah.
he'd just fly up there and be like, Father?
Nani?
Father?
Like, why you look like me? Why you look like me?
He would have 100% though.
It would have been the Spider-Man meme. Like,
he 100% would have done. He probably would have drawn out Malhagora.
yeah. No, but dude, spoilers.
He would have. I said.
I know, but they don't know what that is for the anime portion at least.
It's his mom. That's
imagine, dude.
That's the name of his
That's
mom.
bogus.
Oh shit.
Oh, they're
When
getting
was
into
this?
it. Oh, they're getting into it. Let's go.
Oh fuck.
Damn.
Was this last? Yeah,
No,
last
this
week,
is right now.
Right now?
Yeah, they're about to play, I think. But Deshaun Watson's not playing, so I don't think they have enough offense to beat them. And they don't have Chubb, so even if they have enough defense, they don't have enough offense to keep up. That's all the anime, I think. Oh no, One Piece, right? One Piece.
The war is finally over.
The war is finally over.
Oh, I have beefs with One Piece. But
Shoot.
Say your piece.
Oh, I'll say my piece then. Did you watch the episode recap before 1079?
The one with Bartolome?
Yeah, it was funny.
I always skip those.
Oh,
was I supposed to though?
No. He just shows up in like a little chibi form.
Yeah.
And then they like recapped all of Gear 5 parts. It was kind of cool to watch it like all just together in like fluid motion. That was just a nice part.
His chibi episodes, I always skip because I'm like,
the best,
bro.
They're the best.
I'm gonna have to start watching them then. But no, I skipped it.
But in the episode, we get the girl say being like, "Oh, Nika finally showed up. We got to go kill him." Then is Hawkins actually dead? Try to avoid spoilers with this question because he like passed out and like coughed up like 30 gallons of blood, and then passed the fuck out.
I think he's dead. Well, is Drake dead?
And I forgot if they're dead or not.
Was Drake dead?
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
I forgot that Apu was even relevant.
Dude, Mini Apu sent me, dude. Mini Apu. I was like, why the fuck are you still here, dude?
Mini Apu. And then I realized, he's literally being carried by a freaking giant.
Yeah.
I don't remember Apu or Hawkins or Drake at the end of the manga.
I mean, they were probably there in like a small panel, right? But yeah,
overseeing.
But I don't remember them.
Dude, FanDuel doesn't want me to succeed.
What did we get? What else did we get? We got the bounties. We got Akainu being pissed off at Green Bull at the end, which was cool seeing Green Bull finally. That is also, if you only watch the anime, I don't know how you're a One Piece fan and only watch the anime. That is Green Bull at the end. And then, which is not a spoiler because you saw him. I'm just naming him. And
at the end of the episode?
Yeah. And then the bathhouse scene.
That was so fucking weird.
I know. I was like,
did I forget that too?
No, that's definitely an anime add-on.
Like him running into there and then just fucking titties?
Yeah. That's definitely an add-on. That's definitely add-on. I don't, again, it's been a year, so I don't remember. So I could be wrong, but that's definitely an anime add-on. And Sanji and Brooke lost full. It was hilarious.
My favorite was Momonosuke getting bullied on.
Yeah.
And then him jumping on Nami's tits and then Nami finally like punching him.
Oh, no, it wasn't Momonosuke. It was what's his face?
It was Momonosuke. Momonosuke was getting bullied by Brooke and Sanji, right? And then he's like, "Nami, save me."
Oh, before, yeah, got it. My bad.
Yeah, like I'm going in reverse order.
Yeah, my brain just.
And then Brooke and Sanji being like, "Welcome to the adult world. This is what happens when you try to do things as an adult."
Yep. Get your ass beat.
Sorry, I can't believe there's so many freaking profit boosts on FanDuel.
No, you're good.
Not sponsored, but FanDuel.
Not yet. But
Damn,
I like the episode, dude.
The Vikings are favored to win.
That's nuts. Without Jefferson?
Without Jefferson.
I think it'll be close. I think the Bears sneak it out, though. Shout out to the Bears. I'm not a Bears fan, but shout out to the Bears.
I'm not a Bears fan either. Shout out Bears.
Shout out Bears. But, I mean, they have the defense to beat them. I don't think they have the offense. But in the mangos, well, one mango, I guess, since only one piece.
Hold on. My beef.
Oh, yeah, your beef.
The fucking Green Bull.
What about it?
They showed him for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, next episode's when he does the stuff.
Oh, my God. I was so pissed.
Why? You wanted it right now?
Yeah.
No, I was like, oh.
Same thing with, hold on real quick. JJK, it ended off of, who? Yuji and who? Right? How did it end? It ended off of like, Chizo.
Yeah, and Chizo, yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And then Yeti was like, what? And I'm like, I forgot about this fight.
And then the May and the special grade too.
Yeah,
it was
well,
like
the May and special grade. I'm like, whatever, right? But I forgot about the Itadori and Chizo fight. And she's like, why? What happens? And I'm like,
Unity.
I'm like, you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch.
She's like, don't tell me Yuji dies. And I'm like, bro. I'm like, I know you look over my shoulder when I'm reading JJK, and I know you fucking see Yuji on my fucking screen, like 20 chapters after where we are right now. I'm like, he doesn't fucking die.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I got fucking blue balled. I mean, I got blue balled because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
Right? But I was just like, bro.
You forget.
First it was Chizo Itadori, right? And I'm like, all right, fine. I'm gonna watch One Piece. I'm like, surely it's gonna be better, right? And then fucking Green Bull flying into I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. How he was like, oh, like, where are you? I'm in the sky, right? We're in the sky. Oh, I can see Wano Kuni. And I'm like, oh, because I never checked the time that's left. I'm like, oh, let's fucking go. And he's flying in.
Find out next time.
And then it says to be continued. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh, got
man.
your ass. I love it.
Yeah, no, I got that. That was my beef. Sorry.
Yeah,
The fact that they blue balled the shit out of me. But okay, we can go into the.
I never watched the what's gonna happen next part of the episodes. At the end, you know how they like to give you like a little preview.
They didn't have one this episode.
They
didn't.
They showed Green Bull fighting Queen and King.
Oh, I was talking about the other stuff that Green Bull does. Yeah, he shows up. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. No. That other stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I want that too.
That's pretty cool. How they put what team they play for.
Oh yeah.
That's not new. Or that is new. My bad.
I know what stuff you're talking about. I'm excited for that stuff too.
Yes.
We can now, after that comment, transition to complete and utter spoilers of One Piece.
Oh my god, dude! I can't believe Yuji dies.
You're right.
I'm just kidding.
Manga chapters 1094 and 1095, since 1094 came out last week and we don't record, and 1094 came out like an hour and a half ago. Hold on, let me double check 1094.
I think.
Oh, so we get the Elder. So we get what's his face. We were still in Vegapunk Island. What's it called? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Egghead Island.
Egghead Island.
And the Saturn
Saturn
is
popped
sailing into it.
Yeah.
So that was 1084.
1094.
Saturn is sailing into it.
And then at the end, he gets off. I know I'm skipping a lot of shit.
A whole bunch of, I mean, to be fair, Luffy fights Kizaru, right?
Yeah.
Gear 5. And he's, so 1094, 1095. Correct me if I'm wrong, but all Luffy did was just tire him down. He didn't actually.
So he punched him.
Like the star punch or whatever?
In 1094, he punches through him. And I don't know. Well, we don't get the result of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he beats him. But they don't really show that. And then Luffy's too tired because he can't. He doesn't have enough stamina to keep Gear 5, which makes sense because that was the issue against Kaido. But so I don't know what the status of the fight or the result against Kizaru is, but I think Luffy either won or kind of paused. But then Saturn shows up, and he transforms at the end of 1094 into, it looks like an unlocked devil fruit, half spider, half demon. You know what he looks like? Like Black Maria.
So,
and what if he's either her dad or her like grandpa?
So,
I was thinking about that.
There's a rabbit hole situation that I got into like 3 or 4 nights ago when I was looking up spoilers. So what they were saying is they were referencing how they had Black Maria, Saturn, and then there's another spider that they're right, and they were saying that what it is it's different levels of devil fruits. So it's like you have like your basic spider devil fruit, whatever, right, and then you have your Black Maria, which is, I think it was an ancient devil fruit,
Something like that,
and then you have your Saint Saturn, which is your god mythical, whatever.
Yeah, mythical. Yeah.
Because Luffy's is a mythical devil fruit.
Yeah.
Right?
So is where is he? Marco?
Oh yeah, Marco's right down here.
Yeah.
Somewhere, I think. Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about it like that, right? Where it's like, holy crap, like you're right, like it's different levels of right. So they were saying that from here on out, Luffy is going to only fight mythical zones or mythical
zones.
Like mythical zone devil fruits.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, but like Saturn is just throwing his conch everywhere.
Yeah.
Where was I trying to get at? So I don't think he's Black Maria's dad. I think he's just.
I just think it's because of the horns that popped up.
Oh.
Not because of the spider. I think it's the horns that popped up that I'm like,
maybe
might be a relative.
Maybe.
Again, I think he's too old to be her dad. Maybe. I don't know how old she is.
He could be like her grandpa or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I think Oda has like a weird grandpa theme where like it's always the grandparents, like parents are never around.
I mean, look at Garp.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I like the little cloud thing he had.
The Black Cloud?
The Black Cloud. I think we're gonna see that be related to Luffy's cloud thing he had when he first transformed. Where it's like the opposite.
I think it's like the antithesis.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Going back to 3rd grade English.
Yeah. That's 3rd grade?
I don't know, dude.
Damn.
5th grade, maybe. I don't know. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? That should go crazy. I think I mentioned it to you how when the chapter first came out, I think on Twitter or something, when I sent you like the spoilers, and I showed you the Black Cloud. I'm like, dude, I think that is going to be Luffy's ops. Like, because Luffy's is white, because he's the Nika sun god, because he's the liberator, right? And because I think I told you how I was like, my theory is the 5 elders purposely have devil fruits that are like, in essence, the devil, right? Like they got the black clouds, they're evil, whatever, blah, 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 whatever, right? They're not pure, and that's why they get the black cloud around them, right? And the reason why they wanted the gum gum fruit is because that's the only opposition for them. And they know that if this ever comes up, they lose.
Yep.
So I think that's why they were looking for it and trying to hold it on for themselves so that they can hold on to power. And that's why I kind of agree with the whole, it's like from here on out, Luffy only fights mythical zone devil fruits.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I think he starts taking on the Girosei 1x1, 2x2, whatever the fuck, right? Did you see how they summoned him? His summoning jutsu?
Yeah, the
The freaking pentagram or whatever?
Yeah, then he just
That's another thing too. I'm like, why would you summon someone with a pentagram?
Oh, well, if he does have a devil fruit, right? Maybe he can't be on water, but maybe
he can't. But my thing is, it's like,
maybe
like you summoned him in a sense, if that makes sense. Like
maybe that's how he activates the
himself.
unlocked devil fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Or
maybe it's a way to like, I don't know. Again, the explanation for that is going to be cool and interesting, but
I gotta find the one article I was reading that talked about all the ancient Zoans based off of ancient Japanese mythology.
I saw that too.
Yeah. So how like we kind of already know who's gonna be what.
Yeah.
Based on
how they look.
The screenshot of Sabo and him fighting or whatever, the Girosei, and him getting out. Like that screenshot compared to like the figures of them showing up or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus Saturn showed up in like a black shadow. But I don't know. It's at least in the mythology that I saw, his homie is very poisonous.
Yeah.
And I think you're the one that said it. How it's like maybe this is how Chopper solves his lifelong dream of curing an uncurable disease.
Yeah.
By Luffy getting infected by whatever poison Saturn has, because allegedly that's the same poison that Roger had.
Allegedly, that's what I heard.
Yeah. Right. And then this is going to be, because now we're endgame where everyone is going to complete their dream.
Yeah.
Being
shout
curing,
out
right?
Yeah, shout out Shonins.
The all blue, the navigator, the
my thing,
swordsman. Before
we get on to 1095, is if the Gorosei really are like
OP.
So you're telling me, and obviously it's a story, so we're only gonna meet people when we need to meet people, right? But you're telling me that they were always this strong, and they would send the admirals, who I'm assuming are a tier below them now.
Yeah, maybe even 2, low key.
Right,
with like the power difference.
That I'm like to go do stuff, but then I'm like, how strong is Akainu? Because I don't think he's as strong as these guys.
No, God no. I don't even know if he's unlocked his devil fruit.
I mean, at the point where he comes back and fights, I think he would. He will have to.
He'd probably unlock like earthquakes, volcanoes. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
But we'll see what happens, right?
Are we on break?
One Piece. I didn't actually check.
I'll check right now. I got it.
But so you're telling me because
it doesn't say.
I'm just curious, right? I'm actually just curious.
No, it'll say like next chapter in 14 days.
It doesn't. Days. That's weird. We'll find out.
One Piece is over.
Imagine. I wonder why they were in the tuck the entire time.
Maybe they saw it as...
and if they knew about again, I guess we're going to find out how they found out about the Gomu Gomu no being not being rubber, right? And it being what it is. But if they already didn't know about it, why didn't they just take it? When they were like, hey, like we're stronger than everyone, we can just take it. Right? Because they could just technically kill everybody, take it, and no one saw them because there's a whole rule of no one can see them or whatever. So I'm like, why didn't you just take it, blow everything up with the Buster Call the way you do normally anyway, and then leave? I don't know. I just find that weird. I guess we'll find out. But 1094 gave us some information.
Maybe they never thought he would unlock it.
Maybe. True.
That's why they were like, we're not going to draw attention to it.
Yeah.
Because if you have the Girosei killing the user of the Gum Gum fruit, then I feel like you throw everyone into a frenzy of then I need to get my hands on this Gum Gum fruit because the Girosei are trying to get it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But what news? Oh, the backstory?
Well, at the beginning of the chapter, we see him like fully transformed kind of. And he's just like radiating Conqueror's Haki everywhere. And then he like one-shots fucking Sanji in the head with I'm assuming a blast of it. And I'm just like, damn.
Oh, Laporta is questionable?
Fuck, what?
I think that's what I saw.
I have him in my fantasy, but I need to know if he's playing or not, dude.
Is he 3 p.m. or?
He's now, I think.
Sure.
Damn, Komet already started too, dude. Fuck. Oh, no. Yeah, he's 3 p.m. Damn it. How are you questionable 2 hours before the game? Anyway.
Oh, he says Sam's Laporta trending towards playing.
Oh, bet. Okay, cool.
I think you're good.
Back to the chapter. He conquers, tabs Sanji in the head, and Sanji's like, damn, boom, like, what the fuck, right? He's not like dead or anything. He's just like on the ground. Then we get a couple fights between Saturn's trying to kill okay, cool. Saturn's trying to kill Luffy, then Frankie saves him. And then we get the Bonnie Saturn flashback to Kuma. We find out that he's a slave he's always been a slave because he's a descendant or he's part of a buccaneer tribe that's currently dead and he's the last alive. And then we get a flashback. This flashback is going to be insane because somehow Oda figured out a way to tie in Kuma and God Valley to the devil fruits.
Already?
Yeah, I told you, bro. Their offense is nuts. Christian McCaffrey is that dude. Yeah, so we get a little backstory of Kuma, where he came from. He was always chained up, looking raggedy. And then the celestial dragons, I guess, have a little hunting game. And Kuma was in it, and a bunch of other people were in it, and it was in God Valley. And we're gonna see Prime Garp.
Yep.
We're gonna see Kid Kaido. We're
Yep.
gonna see. We saw Shanks's relative,
His allegedly grandfather or something like that.
yeah,
or
grandfather. We're gonna see everything in the next few chapters. This flashback might be the best flashback ever. And I guess it's a hunting game, and the winners get the devil fruits that were in the cases. And at the end, we see Ivankov and Ginny, and Ginny is rumored to be
Bonnie's descendant, right?
Bonnie's mom.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that's what people are saying. But yeah, I don't know, man. It was a good chapter. I liked it. I like the fact that we're finally getting the God Valley explained.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he was able to bring Kuma into it, and that Kuma was such a big part of it, right? Explains why he saved Luffy and the crew at Sao Baudi pre-time skip. When he was like, yo, I'm just going to save you guys and send you somewhere else.
I think his dad saying, oh, you're going to find Nika and Nika's going to free you.
Yeah.
I think.
And then he just saw Luffy and was like, this is it.
Because what did he. Oh, fuck. Like, my memory is super hazy, but in Thriller, didn't he say something along the lines of, like, I'm going to be watching your guys' crew closely or something like that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. When he got done with the Zoro, nothing happened team.
Right. So I think from then he kind of knew, like, hey, this might be Nika.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think that's why it makes sense that he saved them. But I agree, Kuma's backstory is kind of sad. But yeah, these next chapters, these next flashbacks are gonna be fucking nutty.
Yeah. So I'm kind of happy. Any thoughts, comments in terms of the chapter, where we go from here? We're gonna see we might even see Roger, because Roger is there too, right? God Valley? No?
Yeah. He was.
And Whitebeard. So we're gonna see
I think everyone was there.
Yeah.
I think so. If I remember correctly, from everybody referencing God Valley, like admiral, pirate, whatever.
Yep.
I think everybody that is somebody is there.
Yeah. But I'm excited for the God Valley flashback. I think all of One Piece fandom has been waiting for this,
dude, for years.
And finally getting it. I just like how he tied it all together, and it's through Kuma, right? Like, I don't know.
It makes sense that it's Kuma though.
I just find that interesting. I know that's like maybe basic storytelling. I don't know, right? But
I don't think it's basic. I think it's Oda being
the fact that there's one dude that was able to save the crew.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hey, this is the reason why he saved them now, right? I don't know. Like 700 chapters later, sounds like prime Oda to me.
But it makes sense that it makes sense that it's Kuma that's bringing everyone together.
100%. Yeah.
Because he knew the revolutionaries. Now we know that he was at God Valley. He was a prized possession at God Valley, right? So it makes sense that he would be not like well sought out for is like the weird way to say it, but highly desired. It makes sense that he would be highly desired.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just.
Do you know when he meets Dragon? Because we might even see Dragon there.
God Valley.
I mean, I don't know that. I mean, do you know that?
No.
It's post, right?
Post.
Yeah,
because Yvonne isn't even a revolutionary at this point. Got it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, bro.
Revolutionary army doesn't exist.
We might see everybody in that thing.
But Dragon should be.
He was like
roughly the same age, no?
As Luffy was when.
Or is he the same age as Kuma?
He's around that ballpark.
Fuck, dude, we're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, but I'm excited. We didn't have JJK, so no JJK. One Piece, we don't know if it's on break or not. They haven't said. It hasn't updated. Let me check one last time. Where the fuck is it?
I kind of like this.
Me too.
Seeing all the scores.
Where's my app? I was like, I'm like, dude, where's my app? 1095. Let me see if it says at the end. To be continued. It just says to be continued.
So maybe they're taking a break?
Maybe. Let me see if there's anything else in the chapter that I missed. God Valley. No, my phone, it was loading perfectly, and then it decided to eat shit because we're in the basement.
Damn, imagine. Brand new iPhone.
Shitty internet. Oh, there we go. 30 years ago, West Blue. We've waited 3 long years. It sounds like they don't do it often then. But that's fucked, isn't it? That the Celestial Dragons do that?
Yep.
I don't know. I just find that interesting that like they're even more pieces of shit than we thought. All right, it's not. I was hoping that it would update, but it didn't update. You got anything else?
You want to see my crackheadness?
Yep. Do you have anything else?
No.
Justin Fields' touchdown, DJ Moore touchdown, Hawkinson touchdown. That can happen because they don't have what's his face.
Jefferson.
Yeah, and then DJ Moore 50 plus. Yeah, those are doable. That's not bad if it works out,
dude. We got to come back.
We do.
The only thing I'm gonna leave the people with is first preseason opener of the Warriors against the Lakers. Chris Paul didn't look horrible, and I think that what he is going to allow Steph Curry to do on the team
to not handle the ball, so then he can just be off,
could potentially lead them to another chip this year.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying they win it, but
if Chris Paul gets his chip because of Steph and not Kobe, rest in peace, because they weren't allowed to trade him. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you were paying attention to basketball. Anyway.
I not back then, but I read up on the history.
If Chris Paul gets his chip because of Steph and not because of Kobe, rest in peace, or LeBron, you know how funny that shit would be? How funny
you know what the haters are going to do, right?
What?
Oh, it's because the Warriors have a stacked team.
But they really don't.
Look.
If Clay is back, right?
He's not back.
No, I'm saying like if he can shoot the way he shot 3-4 years ago before he got hurt or whatever.
I don't think this year's going to be his year.
And Steph can have a little bit of freedom. It's dangerous.
Clay apparently already came out and said he's not chasing a bag. He just wants to stay a Warrior. So whatever the Warriors offer him to extend his contract, he's going to take.
I know, but that doesn't mean he's going to play bad.
No. What I'm saying is we potentially could have 2 more chips.
I don't know about all that. Again, the Lakers team looks like it's stacked. Those motherfuckers look like they got just bodies on top of they look like they're like 11 deep. Like you can play like any 11 dudes and like be successful in most games.
Austin Reeves looked good. I will admit Hachimura was decent, but you know who else looked good? Andrew Wiggins.
True.
So I just want to leave y'all with that. Because we watched, after y'all left, we watched the rest of the game.
Dude, if Carolina beats Miami, I will die of laughter.
Put $20 on Carolina then.
Nope.
Fuck it. I'm going to do it right now. Oh, my God.
Who's this running back? I need to pick up more players because all of my players on the other fantasy league that I'm 3-2 in are all broken.
You got anything else?
No. I think that's it. Next week or next episode, we should have more because JJK and One Piece should have chapters.
Full swinging.
The animes don't seem to be going on break anymore.
Nope.
At least the One Piece one isn't.
Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say hopefully by then we have Attack on Titan, but it'll be the following week.
Yeah. We'll try and figure out a time for One Piece live action episode 3 at some point. And maybe 4 if we can go back to back or get consecutive days. But other than that, that's all we have for this episode. Thank you for listening. If you made it that far, if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like something we said, say that. That too. Stay horny. We will see you all next episode. Shout out you guys.